13 games unbeaten running into today's episode, but I have a distinct feeling it may come to a shuddering halt as we have an FA Cup first round game against the League Two side. Hello and welcome to episode 49 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. This is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. First up, Northampton in the FA Cup first round, and then Dagenham Redbridge in the Vanarama National League Match Day 20. If you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, let me know what you'd like to see us do next. Our other series, Irons in the Fire, of course, coming to a conclusion at the end of the current season that we're playing over there. If you've not seen it yet, go and have a look for it in the playlist. It will you can follow it from there. The other thing to mention is, if you want to check to see what else is going on in this channel, the best way of doing it is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. The other thing to mention is, if you've missed the video about how to put a third kit into Football Manager 24, it is out. I will add a link up above and also in the description down below if you want to go and follow that and find out how to add third kit into the game. Right, well, we've got matches to play, so we're going to get on with it. We have played one match since you were last with us. That match against Colchester, as I said, we've gone 13 games unbeaten in all competitions. Colchester, who were lying somewhere around 11th, something like that. It was a 3-0 win in the end. Hard work, but it was 3-0 wins. As you see there, it wasn't all our own doing. They had 11 shots, 3 on target, 0.90 and 53% of the possession. We had 9 shots, 5 on target, 1.83 and only 47% of the possession. But we did score 3 goals. Elliot Bolton getting the first after 26. Jones on that right-hand side. He pulls it back for Prescott. Prescott puts it into danger zone. Bolton flicks it into the back of the net. 1-0, and it remained 1-0 at half time, and then it took us 7 minutes into the second half, and Amika Peters got us a 2-goal cushion. Prescott on this near side with a throw in to Gasper. Prescott crosses it deep. Peters side puts it into the back of the net. 2-0, and then James Jones getting our third and making it safe after 87. Free kick from Wareham. It's crossed in, headed on. Candish tips it back into the path of Jones. Jones just puts it into the back of the net. 3-0 win it is then. And we keep up the pressure at the top, going toe to toe with Halifax. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do. Halifax winning against Dagenham and Redbridge are the team that we meet in the second game of the episode to here. They were down to 10 men as well after 56 minutes. Managed to get that win. Dagenham Redbridge only getting a goal actually a minute into injury time at the end of the game. So they remain top on 40 points. We are 5 points adrift in second place, just ahead of Chester, also on 35. On goal difference, Chester having a win as well. They beat Rochdale by 2-0. Scunthorpe are down in fourth, 4 points adrift of us, on 31 points. They had a 1-1 draw against Fylde. Oldham Athletic are fifth on 30 points. What do they do? Oldham Athletic, they had a 2-0 win over Chelmsford. Boston United, who were up the top for a while and then have dropped away. They are on 29 points in 6th place. Boston. Why can't I see Boston? There they go, right at the bottom of 5-5 draw. What a cricket match that was at the bottom there. 5-5. Boston United getting the equaliser 6 minutes into injury time at the end of the game. York will have been really sick about that. So they're 6th on 29. Barnet then are 7th on 25 points. As are Solihull Moors. So it's just literally a game of goal difference there. And that's so we've got a 10-point lead cushion over the teams just outside the playoffs. Southend, Chelmsford, Guiseley and Aldershot Town in that drop zone. But to be honest, there are a number of teams that could get sucked in there. I mean, Southend are only 5 points away from Gateshead and Torquay, and only 4 points away from Colchester and Rochdale, and just literally 2 points away from Fylde. So it is all to play for at the bottom, albeit Aldershot do look as if they are starting to drift away, and they need to get some wins on the board. I mean, they've played 16 games, and to be fair, they haven't really got there. Did I say match day 20 earlier? And I'm telling lies. It's nowhere near match day 20. Where did I get match day 20 from? Match day 17. Deary me. Completely missed out on that one. Right, so that's where we're at. A quick check in the medical centre. Nobody on the medical bench at the moment. We have a reasonably full fit team going into this FA Cup first round. Board expected us to meet to get to the FA Cup proper, so we're happy expectations wise. It's going to be a difficult task today, but if we want to rise to the League 2, these are the teams that we're going to have to beat when we get there. They're currently in 14th place on a dreaded bit of form, actually. They've drawn one of their last 5, lost the other 4, so they're not in good form. Can we catch them today and knock them out of the FA Cup? We will have a good go at it. So let's go and see. And team news is that they are without John Guthrie, who is suspended. Jack Sowerby has a hamstring strain. We are fully fit. Jacob Knightbridge, who is in on trial with us, he won't be appearing today for obvious reasons. So without any more to do, let's go and have a look at the team that will face Northampton. And here is the team that faces Northampton Town in this Emirates FA Cup first round proper. And this is how we are set up. Roan is in goal. I'm just wondering whether Brad House ought to really play. I think he did. Because he, if nothing else, he's our cup goalkeeper and gives him a chance maybe to get back in, albeit Roan is on good form at the moment. That's a difficult one. No, we'll give Brad House the opportunity today. So just one final change then. Just check Brad House is best as a goalkeeper. He is. Right, so it's Brad House in goal then. It's Linton, Blythe, Armitage and Holman as our defensive line. Gasper, Solanke and Burley are our midfield. Nzingo, Peters and Jones up front. You'll notice we've dropped back to more of a defensive positioning, especially against Northampton Town. It did us dividends against Colchester the other day, so hopefully it'll do us dividends again today. On the bench then, Roan. We can have 9 players on the bench today, so we are really excited about this one. Roan, Grante, Prescott, Candlish, Morris, Bolton, Abdulmalik, Wareham and Cooper make up the bench. And here we are at the Bob Lucas. Won 4 of our last 5, of course, playing our familiar formation, but with defensive midfielders today. Northampton playing a 4-4-2. Lost 4 of their last 5, drawn the other one. They're playing in a light bluey colour, greeny colour today. They have a free kick. It's gone through to House though. 5 minutes on the clock. The highlight will continue. House drops it. Gone out to Linton on that far side. Linton comes forward. Blythe. Gasper. Gasper through to Nzingo. Nzingo finds Peters. Jones! He's missed the target. Lintott with the throw in. Wyatt through to... and they've scored. It was almost too easy in the end. And with 9 minutes on the clock, they take the lead. And if we're going to get through this one, it's going to be the hard way. Two defenders on him, and he still got it away. Ooh, question of whether he was offside there. 10 minutes on the clock, Odemayo, but he's given that ball away. Solanke, Holman, Armitage. Armitage finds Gasper. Jones, Nzingo through to Jones. Jones has put it away, and we've got level after 11 minutes, and that's better. Jones this time onside, puts it away, and Nzingo through to Jones, and Jones last minute in off the post. They all count. Holman with a throw in. They lead just 2 minutes. Jones, Holman, Braley, who we've not seen a lot of, Solanke, Armitage, Gasper, Armitage, Blythe. Blythe has Linton out there. He's got it. Linton brings it down. And Nzingo cuts in, pulls it back, but the goalkeeper comes out for it. Burge collects, launches a long one. Armitage under that one. Down to Braley. Jones. Ooh, it was a poor ball though. He was looking for the run of... I'm not sure if it was Peters or Nzingo, but anyway, didn't get through, and they come away with the ball. Morgan out on that wing's been a bit of a thorn in our side so far. 22 minutes on the clock now. Chip that one over the top. Howe's going to get there, and Howe stayed out, and Howe gets his second of the game. House in two minds. And for the second time, we go behind. He was sort of coming out and should have come out. Closed him down. A corner now. 25 on the clock. Braley with the corner. It's swung in. It scores. Come off the post. It's come back. And offside. It won't count. Oh. Nzingo, I think it was, that was offside. Armitage, that's... that is debatable. When that ball's headed, and Nzingo, he's no more offside than they were for the first goal. It's headed down to Nzingo. Nzingo through to Peters. Peters misses the target. And again, I think he was offside. Tried to stay on. Lintott. And that ball fired forward. Blythe. Linton. Oh, he's giving the ball away. But Peters tracks back and wins it. And Nzingo through to Peters. Peters puts it away. It's 2-2. It's going to be one of them matches. 35 minutes on the clock, I think. And we've got level again. Is it going to be one of those games where Peters through? Half-time's arrived, no more highlights. We're all square at half-time, and probably no more than we deserve, to be fair. We've had the bulk of the possession, 64% against their 36. We've had 10 shots, 6 of them on target, 1.38. And they've just had 2 shots, of which they've scored 2 goals, of course. 2 of them on target, 0.48. We are definitely not out of this game. And can it follow the trajectory of our recent match with West Ham in the other save, where we were goal down twice, but came on to beat the side? Let's hope so. Blythe defending that. 54 on the clock. We hurt them so much in that first half that they've brought 3 substitutes on at half-time. Nzingo running through. Peters! Ooh, Burge stopping that one. And it's a corner. There's the changes on the left that they've made. Linton swings this one in. Armitage can't get it down. He got on it, but he can't get it down. Holman breaking out on this one. Nzingo, who's pulling all the strings as that attacking playmaker there, through to Peters, and actually took a deflection off of the defender. Odi Mayo with a throw in. Anderson back to Odi Mayo. And, need to watch them. Latham. Oh, a shot from distance. It's gone over the top though. And bad news on 63 minutes. James Jones has picked up an injury, potential knee injury. Let's hope it's not too bad. He's been forced to come off, and we have brought on Jaden Wareham. And with 70 minutes on the clock, we're making 3 changes this time. Will Armitage tarring. We've replaced him with Jake Garante. We have also taken off Ethan Brayley in midfield and brought on Elliot Bolton. And the other change that we've made again is up front. Amika Peters has been replaced by Cam Cooper. Burge with a goal kick. 72 minutes on the clock. Bolton heads that forward, but Nzingo brings it down. Nzingo now has 2 new players in front of him. He's going on his own though. And Burge shouting his defence. And on 82 minutes, our final change. Can Alfie Prescott do Prescott things and give us a win? Let's hope so. He's our final change, replacing the tarring Jack Holman. McGowan with a throw in. 85 on the clock. And Howell goes all the way back to Burge. Odi Mayo. Latham. He's gone out wide. Anderson kept that ball in, but Prescott picks it up. Bolton finds Nzingo. Nzingo's tripped, but the ball loose and nobody managing to pounce on it. Burge fires that one long. It's gone over the top of all the defenders. Out to House, who pops it out to Linton. Linton now comes forward. Linton through to Cooper. Cooper finds Gasper. Gasper to Solanke. Wareham back to Solanke. Solanke comes forward. He's got Prescott out there. Here's Prescott doing Prescott things. Yes! And Jaden Wareham gets his 3rd of the season, and that's exactly what we brought Prescott on. I was in 2 minds whether to change somebody in midfield, but then thought, do you know what? If Prescott only needs Prescott to do one of his little magic deft crosses in, and we could actually profit from it, and so we have. And so we have. Wareham with a free kick. 88, nearly 89 minutes. Cooper. Ooh, thought that was going in the top corner then for a minute. And there's going to be a draw for the second round. We have got past them. And despite Nathan Howell trying to thwart us, my inspired substitution at the end of the game there, bringing on Alfie Prescott, who, I shall say no more. And, of course, he did what he does well and put it on a plate for Jaden Wareham and gives us a 3-2 win. We thwarted them along the way. Look how many shots we had. 22 shots, 8 of which were on target, 2 in that second half. 3.48 on the XG, really up there, 60% of the possession. They had just 4 shots. So there are 2 in the second half. No more on target. 0.52, 40% of the possession. And, despite them taking the league twice, we've managed to beat them. A player of the match again for Glory and then Nzingo. We won't be able to hold on to him, will we? 7 key passes, 7 clear-cut chances created, and 2 assists. I mean, goodness me. While ahead of the news about the rest of the games in the first round and the draw for the second round, the good news is that James Jones is only going to be out for 2 to 4 days. That is excellent news. Might need to sit him out for the next game, maybe, and give Jaden Wareham perhaps an opportunity to get in there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But he's not long-term injured, which is excellent news. Right, we will come back in just a moment for the other games in the first round. And so here we are. Lots of matches played in this second round. There was some on Friday. Halifax beating Harrogate. Worthing beating Port Vale. Fleetwood beat Southend. Wimbledon beating Gillingham. Barrow and Preston will have to play again. 2-2 draw. Cheltenham and Scunthorpe 1-1 draw. Crawley Town 2. Wrexham 3. Dagenham Redbridge and Bath City play again 0-0. Swindon beating Gateshead 2-1. Kings Lynn beating Carlisle 1-0. Leyton Orient beating Grimsby Town 3-2. Stockport beating Mansfield 2-1. Milton Keynes Dons 2, Exeter 0. Accrington Stanley 1, Morecambe 0. A local derby, that really. Crewe 2, Newport County 1. Peterborough 4, Chelmsford City 3. Reading 1, Bromley 1. Salford 3, Rotherham 2. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Lincoln City 1, St Albans City 2, Fylde 0, Bolton beating Stevenage 3-1, Torquay United and Oxford United 0-0, Oldham Athletic beating Tranmere 1-0, Walsall 4, Altrincham 0, Warrington 2, Dartford 3, Weymouth, of course, beating Northampton 3-2. Whitby Town 1, Tamworth 1, Wigan 5, Dorking Wanderers 2, and Wickham 2, Shrewsbury 1. The draw for the second round comes up next. Well, before the draw, a little bit of news. The player of the month here in the National League, Joe Quigley from Boston United. Scored 7 goals, 1 assist, 5 appearances, 7.78 on the old average rating. Second place was James Jones, 5 goals, and Glory Nzingo was third with 2 goals. While we're there, and the other bit of news is James Jones wins the Young Player of the Month, and Glory Nzingo the second place, with Callum Havard getting the third place. And in the Manager of the Month, Callum McMahon of Chester getting Manager of the Month. And because of that one draw that we had, I've ended up in second place. Matt Gray of Dagenham Redbridge, who we play next, is in third place. And here we are for the draw for the Emirates FA Cup second round. And we'll see who we get in that second round. And here we are, ready to get underway. There are 40 teams in the draw, a number of teams still to play or replay. So a lot of ifs, buts and maybes coming along here. Halifax Town are first out. They will play Barrow or Preston. St Albans City will play Swindon Town. Whitby Town or Tamworth will face Charlton. Kidderminster Harriers or Cambridge United are going to face Wrexham. Worthing will play Telford United or Aldershot Town. Eastleigh or Bristol Rovers will play Torquay United or Oxford United. Barnet or Bradford City, promoted last season of course, will play Dartford, who had a scalp this time out. Blackpool will play Forest Green Rovers. Oldham Athletic will play Leyton Orient. Yeovil Town will play Stockport County. Walsall will play Salford. We are out. Weymouth will play Colchester, who we've just played, of course, or Boston United. That is how we will go. We're going to draw that now. And there you go. There is the rest of the draw. Wigan plays Wimbledon, Dagenham Redbridge or Bath, Chesterfield or Guiseley. Bolton will play Sheffield Wednesday. Milton Keynes Dons, Chester or Notts County. Accrington Stanley will play Reading or Bromley. Wickham will play Crewe. Fleetwood will play Kings Lynn Town. And Peterborough will play either Cheltenham or Scunthorpe. That's the draw for the second round. Let's have a look and see how that fits into the schedule. And the FA Cup, a second round coming up down here. So it's looking like we're going to play Chester and Guiseley offline, coming back for Boston, and an FA Cup second round, and then possibly Scunthorpe and an FA Trophy third round. And then we're going to skip over these because, as I said, we're going to try and avoid playing or seeing teams. There might be a few that we see twice, because obviously important games as they come up in the second half of the season. But Eastleigh and Altrincham, final two games of the season. So we maybe don't want to watch them again. We might have one of them. Depends. We'll see. We're going to obviously try and avoid York and Fylde as well. So we'll see how that all trips out in due course. Right. That's where we're at. We're going to come back just ahead of the game against Dagenham and Redbridge. Dagenham and Redbridge currently 11th in the table as it stands. We'll be back just ahead of that game. So here we are on match day, and no news really to tell you about in between. We've played Dagenham and Redbridge twice last season. Back in October, we beat them 2-0 at the Bob Lucas. Goals on that occasion from Ben Blythe and Joe Knight, but the reverse was a bit more disappointing. Elliot Bolton getting a consolation goal after we were 2 goals behind Dolby and Campbell. 39 and 61 a minute later, Elliot Bolton getting that consolation goal, and then Connor Lawless putting it to bed and really giving them back their 2-goal cushion on 65 minutes from the penalty spot. So we want a better result at the Chigwell Construction Stadium today. Dagenham Redbridge currently in not too bad a form, to be fair. If we look at the table, Dagenham Redbridge, there they are. They are down in 11th place, 23 points. They've won 4 of their last 5, lost the other one. The game that they've lost was against Halifax Town away from home. So really, I suppose you don't expect too much from that. That's how it's set then. Team news-wise, nothing really. They have got no team news. We've just got Jacob Knightbridge, who's on trial with us, who's not able to play, of course. But otherwise, both teams have a full squad to pick from. Let's go and have a look at the team then that faces Dagenham and Redbridge. And the team that faces Dagenham Redbridge in this match day 17 of the Vanarama National League season. Roan returns to goal. It's Linton, Blythe, Armitage and Holman in that defensive line. Bolton, Solanke and Braley in midfield. Nazingo is behind Peters and Wareham up front. The reason we got Wareham up front today is we are resting James Jones from this one. And it says we've got 9 substitutes, but that's not right. I'm absolutely certain it's not right. It's only the top 5. So Garante, Prescott, Gasper, Abdul Malik and James Jones are on the bench. So here we are at Chigwell Community Stadium, or Construction Stadium, sorry. They've got a 4-4-2 today, and we are playing in a revised formation. We are second on 35, Dagenham Redbridge 11th on 23. Free kick for Dagenham Redbridge inside the first. Oh, it's for us. We're playing in all white today, are we? Okay, Braley and it's just gone over the top. Holman with a throw in, 16 minutes on the clock. Wareham giving away the ball, but he's got it back. He's got Solanke there in support. Armitage to Bolton. Bolton finds Nzingo. Blythe. Nzingo comes forward. Can he cross this into the box? He can! And Peters pulls a save out of the goalkeeper, and it's gone over the top. It's a corner. Chester are beating Halifax Town at the moment. Third playing first, and that's easy for Sharman Low. Chester have gone top. We've dropped. They've gone up to third. We've dropped down, or they've gone up to second. We've dropped down to third. Smith with a throw in. 41 minutes on the clock to Lawless. White crosses it deep. Oh, headed over the top. Couldn't get it down. And a chance goes begging for Dagenham Redbridge. Nice ball in on the head of Rankin, but he's not been able to direct it. And that's it for the half time. We've not been able to find that killer blow to get through, and I guess Peters the nearest, pulling a save out of the goalkeeper. And 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.96 and 59% of the possession. They've had 5 shots, just that 1 on target, 0.40 and 41% of the possession. We need to go looking for that goal in the second half. They have a corner. Lawless. It's an outswinger. Ooh, it's cleared off the line, I think, that last one. The highlight finished very abruptly. Jonas Black. And don't like the way that they're getting the highlights, but Wareham comes back and decides he's going to have that ball. Need to do something with this now. Not waste it. Roan finds Blythe. Blythe to Solanke. Solanke comes forward now. He's got Nzingo. Peters has Linton on the overlap. Linton, can he cross this ball in? Linton crosses it deep, and it's headed in. It's Mika Peters, his 9th of the season, and that's what we were looking for. Just tweaked the formation slightly at half-time, and on 57 minutes, we take the lead. Linton just created enough, got himself the opportunity to get away, and Peters had to go to find that ball. And with 57 minutes on the clock, that goal just been scored, and I realised when I was checking out that Ethan Brierley has picked up an injury, a potential lower leg injury. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It's just coming back from injury as well. So unlucky for him. So we've brought on Luigi Gaspar in his place. And Solanke now moves to the right. Gaspar over on the left. And that's our first of 3 changes. And with 18 minutes on the clock, making two further changes. Jack Holman has come off. Avi Prescott has come on. And up front, Jaden Wareham again not showing his credentials, even though he got the chance to start today. But James Jones comes on to replace him. And 91 minutes on the clock. 6 minutes of added time. We're in the second of those 6. And a lot going on there. Prescott, who's come on. And he's pulled a save out of the goalkeeper. It was on target. Nzingo to take this corner. Armitage scored from the last one. A lot of running around there, trying to wind the clock down into that 3rd minute. It's near post this time, but it's cleared off. Nzingo crosses it in. It's headed, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. This was the chance. Couple of players hopped over it, fell through. Peters pushing it back to Prescott. Prescott had a go. Goalkeeper pushing it away. It's all over, and it's a narrow win again. This time, Amika Peters on 57 minutes. We had 14 shots, 6 on target, 1.97, 62% of the possession. They had 13 shots, 5 on target, 0.86 and 38% of the possession. They had 5, 10, 15, 20... 25 minutes or so of that game. We had the rest and were quite dominant throughout. But, I mean, Sharman Low, once again, there we keep seeing this. A goalkeeper really saving their day. 7.4 kept us out. And our chances, mind you, Harrison Arone having a good day in our goal as well. But Josiah Linton picking up player of the match. 5 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances created. An assist for Amika Peters. So not a bad day at the office. Just disappointing again from Jaden Wareham. Still not showing any of his credentials. He's hopefully going to do so very, very soon. Let's hope that Ethan Braley isn't too badly injured as well. Well, before we look at the day's results, good news is Ethan Braley is only, he's got a tight calf muscle. He's out for 1 to 2 days. So it's only a minor injury and he can continue his work back to fitness. We do have a game in 3 days and I suspect he won't play in that game. We'll give him a bit of time to get himself back into the team. Today, though, the other results going on around us, we have closed the gap at the top of the table on Halifax Town. Halifax Town losing their first game of the season, and that game against Chester, who are in 3rd place, which means it's all very tight at the top. We'll come to that in just a moment. So the 3rd were playing first, and so they are within touching distance from us now, which is really, really good news. The big scoreline of the day is Altrincham have beaten Torquay United by 6 goals to 1. Colchester relegated last season at 5-3 winners over Chelmsford. Fylde beating Eastleigh 3-1. Rochdale also relegated last season, beating Guiseley 2 goals to 1. Hartlepool, another big winners today, 6-1 against Gateshead. 0-0 Oldham and Yeovil. York City beating Scunthorpe 2-1. Solihull Moors 3-1 winners over Barnet. And Bromley 1-0 winners over Southend, which means the table looks like this going into the end of episode. It's Halifax Town top on 40 points, just 2 points in front now of Weymouth and Chester in 2nd and 3rd respectively. Goal difference there in play, of course. Then come Oldham Athletic in 4th on 31 points. Then Scunthorpe slowly dropping away now on 31 points. Then Boston United 6th on 30. Solihull Moors just inside those playoff places on 28. Then Hartlepool and York outside on 27. So we're 11 points inside the playoffs as it stands at the moment. And then down in the relegation zone, it's it's all to play for. Southend dropping in there, I think. No, they haven't. They can't have done. They have 5-point gap now between Southend and Torquay United. So a little bit of a gap opening up there. Southend, Chelmsford, Guiseley and Aldershot Town all in that drop zone as it stands at the moment. 17 games played. So that's where we're at the end of episode. We are going to play Chester and Guiseley off on... This keeps changing around. I'm absolutely certain that had changed and Scunthorpe had moved up. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Just bear with me a second. Oh, not quite sure what's going on. I thought Scunthorpe had moved up into midweek between these two, and I think that's probably where it will end up, in which case we will be back for Boston United and Scunthorpe in the next episode, and that will be followed by a cup episode. It will be the FA Cup second round against either Colchester or Boston United, and then it will be an FA Trophy third round, the draw for which it must be coming up. Let's have a quick look in the schedule and see when that draw is up. Third round draw will be coming up on the 16th of November. 16th of November for that one. Let's have a look. Where are we? Just before the next episode. So we'll start the next episode with the draw for the third round of the FA Trophy. But as I said, it's looking at the moment, I'm thinking it's probably Boston and Scunthorpe, unless Scunthorpe goes in between the two cup ties, and that will mess it up. But as it stands at the moment, I'm thinking Boston and Scunthorpe in the next episode. I think it probably depends on who how they're doing in the competition as well, as to where they fit in. We'll see. So that's looking like the next episode. It will be a bit of an unknown quantity in a way, a bit of a sort of like wait and see what's going to happen. So come back to it. A winning episode, 15 games, unbeaten in all competitions now, and definitely hitting a nice run of form. And I mean, the odd goal that we're drilling out here, 1-0, but we're still doing quite well nonetheless. Don't forget, if you do enjoy or have enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, remembering that the notification keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series, Irons in the Fire, as they are released. And new episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday here on channel at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel itself is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 50. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, have yourselves a great weekend. Bye-bye.